Alright, good day guys. Welcome back. Today we just felt like we needed to sit down and do a bit of a life update and sort of explain sort of where we're at.
A bit of a reality check.
Yeah, a bit of a reality check because we've been having like an amazing time recently.
Yeah.
But it is still hard.
Yeah,
It's been really hard lately.
It's been really hard. We've been having a lot of fun, adventuring, exploring, seeing new places, which has been awesome. But things that you don't see behind the scenes, we're having a lot of trouble with parenting. Parenting and
don't get us wrong, our kids are amazing.
they are, yeah.
But it's just you're parenting full time.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
It's more of a mental struggle at the moment. We're both feeling a little bit down. There's been a few things happen on the road that have made it more challenging, but I think it's more the general day-to-day tediousness of it. We're both exhausted all the time, just not really getting much of a break, probably not enough sleep, and then also a little bit of stress about our future as well. Yeah. So one of the things that I'm struggling with the most at the moment is just, I guess, probably the lack of space in the caravan.
It's funny how one tiny little extra human makes our caravan feel small now.
Yeah, just trying to get Heathy down for naps, when he's teething especially. Like, he's pretty good sleeper.
You've got a boisterous, almost 5-year-old.
Yeah, a boisterous, almost 5-year-old who likes to make a lot of noise. We often feel like we're being unfair to Liam by making him be quiet so that we can get Heath to sleep. It's been really challenging in the evenings too, so bedtime's usually at 7 o'clock. Doesn't always work out that way.
No,
so
like if Heath isn't ready to go to sleep, he's not going to follow a bedtime, but then Liam feels like, well, why does Heath get to stay up?
Yeah.
So we're learning how to manage that. It's like, well, he doesn't have a bedtime.
Yeah.
You do.
And then sometimes if Heathy's not feeling well or whatever, he'll be up several times before 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Which is really hard because that's the only time that Mark and I have to do the things that we want to do between 7 o'clock and when we go to sleep.
More like 8 o'clock and when we go to sleep.
More like 8 o'clock at the moment. So often Mark's not getting any editing done until after 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and my brain's not that great at that time of night.
That's right. And I've usually only got 4 hours of work per week, and I'm struggling to do 4 hours of work per week. It's just exhausting. We try to give each other time during the day, but if it's a travel day or an arrival day, or a pack-up day, or one of the kids is off, or we're out exploring,
for me
it's so hard.
To be in the van, say editing or firing off emails or whatever, Clem will need to be outside trying to manage the kids. And depending on where we are, that can be quite easy or that can be really difficult.
It can, yeah. It's also weather dependent.
And I really struggle to sit outside in there because of the glare.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22. We had the same problem. It was reversed when Clem was doing remote admin during the day. I would have to entertain Liam outside while Clem could work inside.
Yeah.
And it can just be a long day.
Yeah, that's right. The all days are long. And then sometimes the nights are long too, and you just end up so tired. And travel days are really hard at the moment. Like, we get up at whatever time one of the kids wakes up. We have breakfast, we might do a little tiny bit of playing, and then we're into packing up by like 8:30. And that's when Heathy usually needs to go down for his nap at about 9 o'clock. So then we're managing like an upset baby whilst packing up.
Do you usually try to pack one-handed, or we just have to take it in turns? I'll take the kids while Clem does inside, and she'll take the kids while I do outside. Liam's getting helpful outside,
Liam's being
though,
more helpful, which is
good.
wonderful. And also we've sort of changed up our routine a bit. So instead of me just doing inside and Mark doing outside, Mark will do inside with me so that we can juggle the kids. Because we don't like just putting them in the car, because sometimes it could take us half an hour or so to finish packing up, and I don't just want to
We're pretty good, and we do a lot of pack up the night before if we know we're leaving, so that it makes those mornings easier.
Yeah. I don't know how, but there's still a whole bunch of mess by the time we go to pack up the next morning.
Oh yeah, it's just stuff just ends up everywhere.
That's right. And you know, we've got to walk the dog, we've got to walk Kira Gal, make sure she stretches legs before she gets in the car too.
Yep.
So there's a whole bunch of things that we're just sort of navigating around that have been really hard lately. And it only takes one little thing to go wrong to make it a really... I mean, it could only be 5 minutes, but it really sets the tone.
Yeah, and it can sort of put you in a bad mood that's hard to come out of.
Yeah.
Because like some days, don't get me wrong, like we love spending time with the kids. pretty well the whole reason we've decided to do this sort of lifestyle. Is me especially wants to spend this time with the kids while they're young. I could be at work every day, but sometimes it just feels like you're just entertaining the kids in a different spot.
It always feels like that, and like we might not be anywhere interesting or exciting, so there might not be any activities to go and do, or sometimes we just don't feel like going and doing activities.
A bit like where we are now. We're in Boulia. And there's not a lot to do in town. It's a pretty small town. We're in a beautiful spot down by what would normally be a river. It's pretty dry and there's just a muddy puddle down there at the moment. So there's lots of sand playing. The kids are just playing in like a sand pit. We ride Liam's bike. We've got the hammock out. We use that as like a swing. Liam loves that. So we're making things up.
As we always do.
We filled the little red tub that we've got with water. And just let the kids splash because it's going to be like 39 today.
It is going to be a hot day today.
So like, we create things, but we have to create things.
And then you do that, you move to a different spot and you're doing it again. So there's not much variety in terms of, there is, but there isn't. I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Like they're seeing a lot and doing different activities by visiting new locations. But at the same time, like on travel days, or if you just need a bit of a break from travelling, you just end up doing the same thing over and over again a lot, which can be really hard. So,
and we try not to device Liam.
Yeah, he's on there.
He's on there at the moment, so that we can chat to you guys. Especially while the van's cool at the moment, because it'll be hot this afternoon. So we'll spend the whole day outside, basically.
Pretty much, from lunchtime we'll be outside all afternoon.
We need to do that. It gives him a chance to rest his body a little bit, and gives us a chance to catch up on a few things. We did some cleaning yesterday, and I don't know. It's just, it can just be tricky.
It's mentally draining. We're also, it's just us. We've got no support.
By our own choice.
By our own choice, we know that, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No.
And we've met some great travelling families that have obviously offered to help us out and give us some time together, and have helped fantastically.
But that can be few and far between.
It has. We do miss our family. We miss them so much, and I think that's probably feeling a little bit of homesickness as well.
Yeah, we've had 2 nieces born this year that we haven't met and won't meet until about Christmas time.
So that's really hard. But at the same time, they haven't met Heath either, so...
Only a couple of them have had the opportunity to meet Heath because, again, we decided to have him on the other side of the country. So, we're starting to think that it might be time for a change. When we head home for Chrissy, it might be time to pull the pin on this. We don't want to. We love it. We love adventuring. Clem and I have always been explorers and adventurers. And the idea of the monotony of going back to that Monday to Friday sort of life.
Like we're constantly just looking ahead and to see if there's any work out there that we'd want to stop, or a town that we'd want to stop in.
And what sucks is there's actually an amazing job opportunity for me in Exmouth.
We love Exmouth.
But there's nowhere to live in Exmouth.
There's no
so
rentals.
We would have to
the houses for sale are ridiculously
priced for what they are. So we'd have to live in the van in the caravan park. So then again, I'll be working Monday to Friday. Clem will have the kids in a van park.
So Liam starts school next year. He starts prep. So that could be a possibility for us. But then we're questioning all the time, are we doing the right thing by the kids? I mean, I don't really think that they're going to care whichever way we choose.
No, Liam's miles ahead. We're doing some reading practice with him at the moment. He's probably a little bit behind on the phonetics and stuff. But otherwise, he's such a knowledgeable little kid.
I think he's good on his phonetics. Like he's getting there.
Yeah, he's definitely getting there. I suppose it's just the tricky letters, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The C's and the K's that sound the same. And for kids, I don't know, I think it's most kids, R's and W's.
Phone, when he tried to spell phone the other day.
We were playing I Spy.
He said it started with an F, as you would.
As you would.
You
that one took us a while to figure out.
So we're struggling a little bit in that regard. But also, as you probably know if you've been watching us for a while, I mean, we've been travelling for almost 4 years and we've made it work.
We have.
Which means we've been stopping every now and again and working to top up that kitty, but we're at the point now with one little one and one almost 5-year-old. We don't know if that's going to work as well now. In order to save when you do that, you need to be doing a relatively high-paying job or have next to no fee for your accommodation. And I just don't know if we'd be able to do that at the moment. Mark would have to work full time basically, and
Yeah.
I'd be 100% mum, which is fine.
But the great options are if we can work at a caravan park.
Yeah.
Because then Clem's got things she can do with the kids, water parks and
Yeah.
playgrounds and stuff. But they don't pay well, even though you're not paying
You
much
don't
for
really
accommodation.
get the hours that you need.
Yeah, because everything's sort of done between 10 and 2.
Yeah.
When people are checking out before the next crew are checking in. So yeah, you don't really get the hours there. As much as we enjoyed doing that, met some great people.
So whilst we've got like our finances in order for when we stop travelling,
We don't have our finances in order for while we're travelling.
at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's made it quite stressful when unexpected payments come in,
Car,
which we've had,
the tax.
the tax thing.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of other things.
We had one of our GoPros die, so we're running this GoPro and a really old one, which is not great for footage.
What did I spend money on the other day that it bothered me?
I don't know, all those groceries that we had to buy.
Yeah, but we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Costs us
difference between essentials and things that could be avoided.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's so frustrating because it should be a cheap way to live, but at the moment for us it's not.
Even
It's
though
obviously cheaper than being in a house.
even though we free camp and cheap camp
We do.
pretty well everywhere.
We're super stingy.
Yeah. We don't buy stuff from bakeries or
No,
anything
we
very
don't eat
often.
out a lot, like once a month
Oh, if we're lucky.
if we're lucky. So it just gets you down. Like you're trying so hard to live the life that we want to live, the dream that we've had, and keep it going for
And
as
we
long
have
as we can.
a lot more,
Oh, we
a lot
have.
longer than any of us anticipated.
That's right. But we're just sort of reaching a point now where we're thinking, is it time to stop traveling? And I think remember when we started traveling, we said at the beginning, like, we'll just go until we're not enjoying it anymore. And there's been days where
We're not enjoying it.
I enjoy elements of it, but I'm not 100% in it anymore at the moment. And I'm not sure if it's just a temporary glitch because it's been a little bit hard, or if it's my decision is made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my heart's breaking just talking about it.
Yeah, we've got to sort of really think about that over the next few months.
Yeah.
Because funds will start running out. We'll have to stop for work
We will.
just to even see us through till Christmas at the moment. Like, we've got backup money, but we don't want
That's
to
our
use
backup
that.
money. That's not what this is that's for.
So we'll stop for work, and then post Christmas, I think we'll have to work again and maybe do a really long stint if we wanted to keep travelling, like stop for a good amount of time. And
which would
really
be a
top it
really
up.
good opportunity for us to spend some time with our families.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, get to know our nieces and nephews a little bit better.
Yeah.
We miss our parents.
Yeah.
Liam misses his grandparents. So yeah, maybe that is the solution that we need, and that's maybe what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've done WA so many times
We
now.
have,
There's not too many towns we haven't visited in WA.
Yeah.
But before we started this travel and then during this travel. So if we go back to WA, I think the travel side of it will pretty well stop, except for maybe a few smaller trips here and there. Like talking to my brother, he wants to do a Dirk Hartog Island trip, which will be cool.
I'm just like, in my head, I was just like, oh hell no. So you can go.
Oh yeah, we'll just
go by yourself.
We'll just grab some tents or something and just go without the van. So yeah, I don't know. I think if we go back to WA, it's done at this point.
But maybe like a year off is what we need to like reassess, figure out what we want to do for the rest of our lives. And like I think you feel the pressure when you're traveling to like live up to some sort of expectation from other traveling families. But in the end, you really just have to do what's going to make you happy and what's going to make your family happy.
We've always said that this is our trip, not anyone else's. We do it for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love it.
Yeah. I mean, pretty good. Really.
I love like where we've just been up in the Gulf. That was so much better than I expected. And it was handy because there was swimming holes, which we didn't expect there to be swimming holes, and water with kids just works. So you can just give them a puddle and they will be happy.
Well, yesterday afternoon we had like 2 inches of water in our red tub and they played in it for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it was hot though, so they needed it.
Yeah.
What I think one of the things I've loved the most about us travelling is that we've said we wanted to do something and we've done it.
Oh, and done it properly.
We
Like, we've
did
done
it.
a good job of it. Almost 4 years, and it will be 4 years. Right, by the time we get back to WA, it will be over 4 years.
We said we wanted to move into a caravan and travel Australia. We did it. We said we wanted to do the Cape. We did the Cape.
Wanted to do the Gib, we
did
the
the
Gib.
Gib. We wanted to do Tassie. We did Tassie.
There's still a couple I haven't ticked off yet, but we've done a good chunk.
We wanted to have a baby. We wanted to live in Japan. We did it.
Everything we've set our mind to, we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we continue to, do we stop, build up the finances, get a passive income backup plan happening? Do we continue to travel in a caravan? Do we get something else and do it differently? And I don't know if I'm going to give up my bathroom, so don't get too excited.
No, maybe a newer caravan, slightly different layout would be nice. This one has worked for us, but there's definitely things we would have changed.
I've been thinking lately how much better it would be if we had like a separate toilet and shower section, especially with the kids, and being able to block the kids' bunks off a bit more effectively from that bathroom area would be better.
Yeah.
And there are vans out there that can do that.
Yeah.
I've been looking.
Yeah, I think we'd have to sacrifice and go an east-west bed so that we could do that.
Yeah.
Without gaining another few feet onto the van. I don't really want a bigger van.
We'd even go smaller perhaps.
Yeah.
And like, this is probably not the time for a van review, but our van doesn't have the best storage.
No, we worked that out recently.
Yeah.
The 19-foot version of this same van has so much more storage than what we've got.
It does, like an insane amount more. I'm not sure how they've managed it, but so much
I think it's because the kitchen's on the awning side.
You reckon?
Yeah, so like the hot water system and stuff is all under the lounge.
Yeah.
Where you don't really use that space anyway, and then they can actually utilise that kitchen space. Like our hot water system, our outdoor shower, that's all under the kitchen sink.
Yeah, true.
So we can't use that space.
At all. No. And like we live minimally, so we've managed it.
We don't have a lot.
But often we're just shoving stuff in cupboards.
No.
The Tupperware cupboard.
The Tupperware cupboard. That's everyone's
Making
Tupperware cupboard. Even in a house, our Tupperware cupboard drove me nuts.
Yeah, true.
They just don't stack properly.
That's where we're at. We're struggling with decisions.
Yeah.
It's been hard with the kids. Not the kids' fault.
No,
it's just how
our kids are amazing.
They are.
We're really lucky.
Yeah.
Like they're boisterous, they're energetic, they wear us thin sometimes, but they are good kids.
Struggling mentally. So yeah, we've got some big decisions to make over the next few months. Yeah, but we'll make them together.
Always. But at the moment we're heading south, hence why we're in Boolia. We wanted to do a new road. I've done the Stuart Highway between Tennant Creek and Alice Springs 3 times in our travels.
Yeah.
Don't really want to do it again.
And then do we take the Plenty Highway, which would be really cool.
Would it?
But then you could do Plenty Highway.
Pop out at Gemtree there.
Pop out at Gemtree, which was a great place to stay. Do
some more of the McDonald's ranges.
A
lot of it was closed when we were there because they had some out of season rain.
Yeah, and then do some more around Yulara. Now that Liam's older and
it's just so expensive out there.
And then do the Great Central Road across too.
We could have, but then one of our good mates is turning 40 down in South Australia, so we're going that way instead. Which will be good, a lot of fun. We'll get a week on the beach with them. So
we're going to SA, basically, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
And we'll be there in the next week or so.
Yeah, we're going to take either the Birdsville track or the Strzelecki. We'll just see what's going on.
And we're discussing if we should do the Oodnadatta track again.
Yeah, I want a bit of redemption. It's the only track that beat me.
I don't reckon it beat us.
No,
I think it defined us.
Defined us. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like a few things rattled loose. Fridge door fell off, light fittings fell out, bathroom door almost came off. It was basically a literal shakedown. Yeah. But then we've done Cape York and the Gib without any issues whatsoever, so I kind of want a redemption. And we never made it to the Painted Desert, and that was one spot I really wanted to get to. That's true, we haven't seen that. And we didn't see the Pink Roadhouse. No, so I would like to do the Oodnadatta the whole way, just to sort of tick that off properly. Because we got to William Creek and Liam had conjunctivitis, I think, from all the dust. And he had temperature. And we wanted to see Cooper Pedy, so it was like Painted Desert, maybe, deal with a kid that has eye infection, or go to the PD and get it sorted.
You know what? I feel like we've already made our minds up.
I would like to do it, but then it's going to have to come down to like food and stuff, because we did our big shop in Mount Isa, and that's basically got to see us through out to the Painted Desert and then back down to Cooper Beatty before we see a decent grocery store.
Yeah.
We could meal plan. We could go through what we've got.
Oh, we could do it. No worries.
See,
But I'd
this
have to
flips
write
it for
out.
us. When we can actually plan a bit of an
Specifically.
adventure, we start having fun. Which is what we did. We weren't having that much fun in New South Wales. It just got a bit too cold and wet and everything for us.
Yeah.
And we started going, what do we want to see? I said, I want to go up to the Gulf country, and then we got excited again, and it breathes a bit of new life into what we're doing.
Yeah. I don't think it's the adventure part that I was struggling with though. It's more the constant
Life.
mental load.
Life.
Life struggles. Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alright. I think we've talked enough.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Thanks for letting us vent.
Yes.
I don't know. We try and capture the real side of travelling in our travel vlogs.
We're not shiny.
But at the same time, a lot of the time, if we're struggling and we're just managing the kids, we don't pick up the camera. The kids are important. We're parenting.
Yeah, that comes first.
So yeah, you guys kind of miss that side of it. And I don't know, when I'm putting the video together, it doesn't seem very exciting. So some of that just gets cut.
Yeah, if you want us to put it in, we can put it in.
Yeah, but
But it's going to be hard to watch.
we don't want our channel to be dramatic. But yeah, this is a very real side of what we've been going through, and we did want to capture it and share it with you. That it's not perfect.
Anyway, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, for all
being
the
there for us.
support. You guys have kept us going as well.
Yes.
You know, the little bit of YouTube revenue that we do get in has gone a long way to keeping us on the road.
Yeah.